What is up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. I won't be having a Mr. Fantastic in-depth guide for you guys, but I will be covering one of his other synergies, which I found it to be pretty strong. So basically the synergy is for science and tech champions. For every debuff they stack on the opponent, they gain a permanent power sting, and the power sting can only stack up to 3. So as you can see, the passive debuff you see right there, that's the power sting. And I thought this synergy was really strong because keep in mind, this is a rank 2 5-star Luke Cage, equivalent roughly about a rank 4 4-star. And yeah, the power sting coming through is pretty strong. I believe it's I think the 3 power stings in total is about 6,000, so about 2,000 per power sting. If you could just imagine if this was a rank 5, that 7,500 you just saw right there would have been probably over 15k. Seriously ramping up Luke Cage's damage since his crit rate isn't the best. And in this video I'm not completely sure. I might have put in crit synergies, but I put in the champion synergy. But let's move on to the next one. We got Sparky as well. I believe one of these power stings is around 2,000. Okay, so those 3 was about 7,500. Let's see here, 9,496. So yeah, just over 3,000 each, which is pretty freaking good, man. Just for extra bonus damage, that one was for over 10,000, and damage starts to drop off actually. So I'm just gonna build up my poise charges. So yeah, be back. There you go. And yeah, I just threw my S3 because I was in the corner, but we're just gonna see how much damage Sparky does with 10 stacks of this. So we're gonna get in our debuffs. I am running Resonate, so that is helping tremendously with these power stings. Alright, and there you go, 16,315 for those 3 stacks. Now Sparky already hit incredibly hard, so he doesn't need the synergy, but there are other uses for power sting as well. But hey man, if you can get some extra damage, why not? One of the other champions that benefits immensely from this is freaking She-Hulk, man. Because you guys know She-Hulk gets those furies, and those power stings are based off the attack of these champions. So going to go in with She-Hulk, and we're gonna see how much damage she does with just 1 power sting, or just a 3, or we'll see on average how much the power sting is doing. So this is against Red Hulk. Keep in mind, this is a rank 3 5-star. Ranked mine down. I was going to use it for champion, and yeah, never came. Okay, so that was 3,120 with 5 charges, or 5 fury stacks. So we're just going to skip a little ahead where we get a good amount of furies. Now I believe these power stings are based off the damage or the attack rating that you had when they were applied. So yeah, it's best to bait, I guess, ASAP if you can. Alright, but let us skip over, and now we're at 19, and that one hit for 7,671, which that damage is not a joke, man. So let's see, we got 2 in there, and that one hit for over 16k. That damage is insane. There you go, over 8k. And I believe we ended up messing up somewhere, but hey, 17,400. Yeah, damage is pretty good, man. It's just basically it's bonus damage for what? Nothing. But keep in mind, I am running Resonate. I normally run Resonate. Okay, now we're gonna try in with Star-Lord. This is a rank 3 Star-Lord, and also I do have full suicides on. I didn't think it was really all that with these champions whose damage ramp up with combo and stuff, I don't think it'll affect it too much, just because by the end of it, plus 60% attack isn't that much in comparison to the ramp up, especially like She-Hulk and Star-Lord. Okay, that one hit for over 4k, but I believe at the start it was around 2k. But yeah, with Star-Lord, and this isn't even at 400 combo meter. This is a rank 3 5-star. Already doing a good amount of damage. I believe it's over 4,000. There you go, 4,528. So yeah, I mean, this is pretty good damage. And then I couldn't forget about Void. Void, I believe, was either my first or my second rank 5. Or was he my third? Huh. I think he might have been my I don't remember. I think he was my second rank 5. And I just remember falling in love with Wood. How like I used to run lanes with him. But yeah, he's the first one I thought of. But at first they were doing about 2,000 power sting damage, and that was Fear the Void. Those 3 stacks did close to 12,000. And dude, that's a lot of damage. I mean, like, he already does a lot of damage over time. As you can see, he's doing close to 2,000, and for every time he throws a special, I get an extra 12,000 damage. That's no joke. As you can see, 180 combo meter and 3/4 of his health gone. And so if I have 2 Fear of the Voids, also does more damage. I think it goes up to around 5,000 or 6,000 per power sting. It's kind of hard to show on these kind of fights, but it's a lot easier if a champion has some kind of power related or some kind of power gain where I can reverse it, and I can use more specials due to it. But I do end up messing up this fight, so I didn't get the solo. But yeah, it's just man, I think the synergy is pretty strong. Like, for some of these champions, their damage is already incredibly high, but I mean, there are certain cases where you might need it. As you can see, I messed up right there, and plus I have 3% health. No point of finishing this fight. But yeah, there are other practical uses. So in 6.3, when I was in Legacy's stream, there was a safeguard path, and the key was to use a science boost that put on power stings for each debuff and did 220%. Compared to the 60%, this is 60%. So that 220% for those boosts are gonna be pretty strong. However, if you have a tech champion, this will work just fine. If you have She-Hulk and Mr. Fantastic, and you're going up against a safeguard path in 6.3, instead of having 220%, I don't know the interaction, but if they do stack up, it'll be 280% of your base attack, and that is seriously strong if you just stack a resonate. Alright, but you guys saw the one power string didn't do too much, but we're just gonna we're just gonna stay here in the corner. I honestly don't know how I did this, but yeah, just debated all this. I think eventually I got clipped with the heavy. But yeah, 234 is currently what we're doing, and then use the special attack, and boom, all her health gone. So yeah, very, very strong for safeguard. Compared to doing 100 hits, we could just do about 20 hit combo, and yeah. And then I tested it out against Rage. So this is in 5.4.4, the Rage path, and this is Green Goblin. So Rage, honestly, I honestly do think that Mystics might be better, where you can just nullify the Rage. It's just safer, but if you have Stark Spidey, because of his auto evade, it's really, really strong, because Say you just build up your poise charges at the start of the fight. Although this does not overcome the damage cap. Yeah, actually nothing overcomes this damage cap, which is pretty crazy. But even though you don't, it does apply more damage that you don't have to deal. So anything that makes a fight shorter, it's gonna help out tremendously, because it could be those 5 seconds at that end of the fight that cause you to die. So I still think this is a strong, a very strong synergy. Alright, and I'm just gonna bait this special. Alright, and did, yeah, 5400, which is, if you divide by 3, 1826, or around. I think there's probably like some kind of rounding issue, but regardless, close enough. I think I do end up getting hit by an SP1. Stark Spidey didn't evade, but I mean, I could have just SP1 and just 5-hit combo if I wanted to. But yeah, guys, that's all I really want to show. I think the synergy is really strong, and I'm probably gonna go for Mr. Fantastic in the arena in order to use for my legends.